It's me. It's been a minute since you've seen from me. I am holding a little microphone. It's not connected to anything, but I want to hold something in my hand, so I'm going to. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a few minutes. It's been a while since I posted anything. So yeah. But if you know anything about me, we're gonna go back to my roots today. We're gonna be talking about Ninjago. What? Me talking about Ninjago? Since when? But to do that properly, I need a little change of roots. So give me 1 second. Boom. What do we think? The goat? Oh, the goat. Okay, so if you know anything about anything, specifically if you know anything about Ninjago, you know that this past Friday, April 3rd, or no, this past Thursday, April 2nd, Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 came out. And I am ecstatic about it because it was probably the best Dragons Rising season of them all. Personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of Season 3. I liked Season 1, I thought it was alright. Season 2 wasn't bad. Season 3 lost me, and that was my first season that came out after being back in the fandom. I was really big into Ninjago when I was a kid. I remember when there was only 2 seasons of Master of Spinjitzu on Netflix, and that was for a long time. So getting back into the fandom was something that I got to experience when Dragon Rising Season 3 came out. And that was nice. Okay, anyways. And that was nice and all, but it wasn't good. I was upset. I loved Pixel coming back. I love Pixel. Always will. Forever have. Since day one. Like, I love Pixel. So I freaked out when she came back. Insert my reaction to that here.
I swear, if this is Pixel, please.
Anyways, I just didn't really like this season. I thought it was a messy season, and the plot got so lost. And yeah, love Bonzo though. She's fantastic. I really like Geo. Like, I liked some of the new characters they introduced. As you know, the first cosplay I ever posted on this channel was Sora. Love her. She's an icon. Sometimes, okay? Sometimes. Going with Aaron, not her best moment. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. Season 4 just came out, and I want to talk about it because I can't stop thinking about it since I've watched it. So, I didn't watch it. I watched the first 2 episodes Thursday night, so my recap of those is gonna be easy. I watched the rest Friday while I was driving on a road trip. So, I need to rewatch, obviously, but I just want to start a Ninjago rewatch. But I'm doing a lot right now, okay? I gotta finish Stranger Things. I gotta finish Supernatural. Like, there's a lot going on. It's on the list. It's going to have it to the list, trust. Anyways, let's get into it, because that's my little... Okay, and we're back. Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4. A recap? Retelling? My thoughts and opinions? I don't know what to call this video, so we'll see. Season 4 starts off with... Season 3 ends with this big cliffhanger. They all went through their different monastery portal, the monastery portal, and they all ended up in different places. We had Boyd and Aaron ended up in the Whispering Woods. Jania and Kai ended up in the Madlands? The Realm of Madness? The Realm of Madness. I'm bad about names, guys, and I don't have a script, so. The Realm of Madness, we had Sora, Frack, I can't remember her name, Wildfire. I promise I love Wildfire. We had Sora, Frack, Wildfire, and Ryu in this unknown land. And then Cole, Geo, their kids. I don't want to call them their kids, but it's like, it's weird, it's messy, okay? I'm a lava shipper at heart. At the monastery. So they were like everywhere. There were not anywhere near each other, basically. So episode 1 starts off with us finding out that Lloyd isn't the only green ninja. And we saw this in teaser trailers, and I was so confused by this because I was like, hold on, that's the whole point of the first season of the original show, is that Lloyd is the first and only green ninja. But I did like this plot point because it brought into play the effects of the Tomorrow's TVC in season 2 and of Lloyd skipping his childhood. They were so smart for bringing that back for this season. And this season carries a lot more weight than most because it's the 15th anniversary of Ninjago. And that's a big deal. For an animated kid show to be going on for this long and to be so successful still is very impressive. Now people will be like, Ninjago fell off, Ninjago fell off. Yes, you can say that, but this season proves that it never fell off. It's always been that show, and it will continue to be that show to a certain extent. So we're finding this out. We are not seeing a lot of the other characters. We're getting a little bit of Jay and Mia's relationship again, which is something I'm going to talk a lot about, is Jay, and because of Jaya. Like, I was so, oh my gosh, but we have to get there first. Episode 4, you guys. Anyways, so episode 1 is kind of like a figuring everything out episode. Like, our characters are figuring out where they are. We're figuring out what the plot is. We've got this new villain introduced, the loyalist, yeah, for sure. The loyalist. And they're still the good empress. No, man, she's not the good empress. And something I will say, I probably should have said this first, but spoiler alert if you haven't seen Dragon's Rising season 4 in its full light, because I'm talking about all of it, so sorry. We knew who the loyalist leader was in January. What? Yeah, we knew in January. Because this made me so mad. This made me so mad. In the Ninjago Old Town set, which I did buy, it was a lot of money, totally worth it. I'm not mad about it. We'll never be mad about it. You got the loyalist leader, and you got the weapon of, I can't remember the name of the weapon. It's distortion. Yeah, it's the one. Hi guys, editing Ran here. I call the weapon of desolation the weapon of distortion several times. And I don't have the energy to put in desolation every time I say it. So just know that I'm talking about the weapon of desolation when I say distortion. Yeah. Back to the distortion. It's not destruction. It is not destruction. It's distortion. If I'm wrong, please yell at me in the comments. Anyways, you got that in a loyalist. And when putting together the loyalist leader, the head was whatever the doctor's name was. I can't remember her name because I never really liked her character. That sounds so bad, but I didn't really like her character. Like, I didn't find her all that interesting. Because she just kind of like fell in line, and she didn't interest me. Anyways, not the point. So that's how we start off, and we already knew who the big bad was, which I am upset that they didn't just give us a dummy head and like give us another opportunity to buy that figure with the Dr. Lasagna. I don't remember her name at all. I'm gonna be so honest. That's so mean. So we're introduced to the loyalist, and they're looking for pieces of this weapon of mass distortion. I believe that is what that's called. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. Please. So they're like, we gotta find this, and the good empress. And so that's kind of the first episode, is figuring out the plot of this season. What's going on? I do not remember the other episodes. I know this sounds so bad because it's like you're talking about it right now. Yeah, but I'm not good at remembering things. So, because it's not fresh in my mind, because I've had 2 days since I've rewatched this, since I watched the season 4. But, so we're just gonna skip to my favorite episode by far. Season 4, episode 4. We got a whole episode. This is what I will say that I did like about this season the most. None of my characters got sidelined. My main characters were main characters, okay? I got a Cole episode. I got episodes with Zane. Pixel made a short and brief appearance. I needed more of her, but that is something else I can grab on later. Cole got a full episode. Zane was in a majority of episodes and wasn't just there. Kai, Jay, and Nia had a full episode together. Like, this is not the show I watched last. Like, this is so much better, and I mean that in a good way. That this is not the show I started watching, because the show has improved, and it has heard our critiques, and they took them and made the show better, which so grateful for. I'm so grateful for. Anyways, so season 4, episode 4, my favorite is the Jay episode, as I'm dubbing it. So we kind of start off, and this is something that we've seen in the previous episodes, is Jay is like slowly remembering things, but not really. Like in one episode, he's meditating and basically has this nightmare, and it's him with the ninja, and they're all in their old suits, like Jay's blue and yellow suit. I love that suit so much. I think it's so banger. I love all of those suits. And they're hanging out, and it's good. It's good. But then they all start saying mean things to him, and then we see Roz, and it's obvious that this is a nightmare. This is not reality. So he wakes up from that, and he's like, I'm so lost right now because I have these memories, and I want to remember this amazing life I had. And, like, Nia's very supportive girlfriend in this time is what she's giving, like, and tell me I'm wrong. She's not. She's like, it's okay, like, we don't need those memories, like, we can make new ones. And so is Kai. And hold on, I forgot to comment on one of my favorite moments. I don't remember what episode it was. It was episode 1 or 2. We see Cole at the monastery. Once again, lava shippers rise up for this season. And Cole's at the monastery, and he's like, I just hope Kai and everyone else is okay. I see you, Cole. I see you. Anyways, back to season 4, episode 4. We're getting a lot of these moments between Jay and Nia building up to this episode, where, like, Nia's very being supportive of Jay. She's not, like, denying any of his feelings. She's there for the siblings are being there for Jay. They're like, hey, like, it's okay, like, we can make new memories. Like, you don't have to remember our past. And he's like, no, I want to remember my past. Like, you guys are, like, good people. So this episode, we're starting out, and we see, it starts with a flashback of Jay in the realm of madness, and he's, like, sitting up. He's in, like, black pants and a white shirt, and it's, like, ripped. And he's like, where am I? And he goes up to these administration people, and he's like, you guys are in suits. Y'all look like, what is this? And they're like, we don't know who you are. Let's scan you. So they take out the scanner and scan him. And they're like, whoa, you're Agent Walker. Oh, my gosh. They're like, you're Agent Jay Walker. And he's like, Jay Walker. Jay Walker. And I'm like, yeah, that's you, buddy. That's you. And so they're like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. And he's like, I don't remember anything. And they're like, ha 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 ha. Like, they're not really listening to him. And then this agent comes out, Agent Donovan, okay? And he's like, oh my gosh, Jay, my buddy, my pal. And I'm like, who are you? You are not his buddy nor pal. That Cole is. Don't get out of here, man. Like, get out of here, Agent Donovan. You're PMOing. Anyways, so Agent Donovan shows up, and he's like, see, look, we have this photo together, like, we're best buds. And he's like, oh, okay. And he just goes back to the administration with him, like, everything's fine. And I'm like, my question is, how did Jay get there? I want to know that. that's where I got lost. This was my one critique of the whole season, basically. What was Jay doing out there but already being a part of the administration? That's where they lost me, because he wasn't in his ninja suit, like he wasn't in his like anything, like he was just there. So I'm like, huh, how did Bud get there? How did Bud get amnesia twice? Like, what? So he goes back and we get like a little montage, like a little clip of him like work. We see like these little pieces of him working in the administration with Donovan, and it's like, okay. So basically they were, Jay, Nia, and Kai were stuck in this monster thing. I don't remember what it was called. I'm bad with names. I'll edit the names in. Trust. So they get stuck in that, and they get out, and they're walking around the Realm of Madness, and the two monsters that live in like the Realm of Madness like see them and start running after them, and they get to this cliff. So like, Kai does spinjitzu to get over the cliff. Nia does spinjitzu to get over the cliff, and Jay's just stuck here because he doesn't remember spinjitzu. And like, my heart racing, pounding. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I think I'm confusing episodes. I'm confusing episodes. I think. I don't know for sure. So this video is just gonna be titled a brief recap of season 4, but mainly my reactions to Jaya and my thoughts about it. Anyways, so they spinjitzu, like, and like Jay doesn't know spinjitzu because he doesn't remember anything. So they go back, they get the things, and Jay's like, I don't remember spinjitzu. I'm supposed to be this great ninja, but I don't remember anything. Like, Roz has messed with me. So they spinjitzu over, and they find this briefcase hidden and buried because Jay's like, well, this is where I first remember waking up. Hence the flashback we got in the beginning of the episode, if I'm remembering correctly. So we get that flashback, and he's like, whoa, this is, and he pulls it up, and it's a bunch of stuff. Basically, it was stuff that got hidden by Agent Donovan, and it was like his ninja stuff. And it's like, what? They knew he was a ninja. So Jay is on a revenge mission. He's like, and like Kai and Nia, they're like, dang, we gotta go have a stern talking to him. And Jay's like, I got more than words than what I want to say. Like, I'm not just saying words. Like, Jay is like ready to like stab a bitch. Like, excuse my language, but like, he's ready to just go for it, right? So they find the administration building, and they call up freaking, I can't remember his name, the bounty hunter. I can't remember his name. Anyways, das leg. So Jay's like, oh, don't worry guys, I have a plan to get us in. I've been planning this. And they're like, oh, okay. And they call up the bounty hunter dude, and like him and Jay are like, yo, best buds. Like, yeah, like they are best buds, man. They acting like they've been knowing each other since season 1. Like, and I'm just like, you know what? Good for Jay. I'm glad he actually made friends while he had amnesia. Like, I'm sorry, that was like a fear for me. Like, he wasn't gonna have any friends. Like, I'm sorry, that's valid. So he pulls up, and they do their distraction, and they get into the administration building, right? And they are on a mission, and they're like, so what's our excuse like this time? Like, what do we tell people? And they honestly, they didn't really say anything to anyone. They were very sneaky getting into the building and finding Agent Donovan. They find him, and Jay's like, you know what happened to my memories. You did this, and Donovan's like, whoa, buddy, pow. And Jay's like, drop the act. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, I did do that. Sorry. Here's where it is. And they're like, okay, take us there. And he just zoops out of his office, and I'm like, oh, okay, screw you too, Agent Donovan. And he's like signaled the alarm that like, And basically, I can't remember what it was called, the exact floor number. It's like floor 33, sector A2, something like that. If that's correct, applaud me, because that's impressive for me. Anyways, so they're like, yeah. So the alarms are going off and they're like, okay, we have to get here. And Nia had like grabbed into the computer system and was like, okay, so what I'm hearing about this place is it's like this vacation retreat, but they don't get vacations here. And Jay was like, oh yeah, basically it's like a brain stimulation, like it's a simulation, like you're going on a vacation. Or so Kai's like, oh, so a vacation, and Jay's like, dang, I wish I would have thought of that. That's good. So they basically run out of the office and they're like, okay, we gotta get there. And these extermination bots come out of nowhere and they are following gang around like madmen. They get into the room and 3 extermination bots get in with them and they put them into the simulation. Clock it. That was a power move, right? So they get an open chair and they're like, okay, Jay, it's your time. And Kai's very concerned. He's like, yeah, Jay, this could bring back your memories, but what if you could have permanent brain damage? And Mia's like, yeah, this might not be the safest bet. Like, you could not be able to make new memories. And Jay's like, I'm willing to take that risk. And it's like, whoa, this is serious. Like, they are setting the stakes for us. Like, this could be the last time, like, this could be the last thing Jay remembers forever. Like, he's not gonna die, but he may not. Like, this is serious. Like, this is a big deal, right? So it's like, okay. This is legit. So they hook him up, and he starts like screaming. He is screaming, and Kai's like, Nia, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Like, and Nia's like, no, we need to give it more time. Meanwhile, we are getting the most iconic flashback memory regaining sequence ever. It starts with Jay, season 1, old animation, old designs, and everything is turning blue. Like, everything's in this gray filter. And then we see Jay's gi turn blue. And then we see when Jay first met Nia, and his gi turns blue, and her dress turns red. Like, it is just iconic moments after iconic moments. We see the roller coaster, Jay unlocking his true potential. We see Jay on his dragon from season 1. We see Jay propose to Nia. We see Nia save Jay's life in Seabound. They showed Jay mourning during Crystallized before Nia came back. That was one of the scenes they showed and flashed, and then they showed her coming back, and like, it was like, this is good. Like, they picked good clips. They showed my babe, Rockstar J, Super Rockin' Rockstar J, iconic, and him and Nia dancing in that moment, and them being in Prime Empire. Like, they picked some great J scenes. I wish we would have gotten this scene from Skybound. I wish we would have gotten a scene from Skybound. I wish we would have gotten the hug from Skybound, because I feel like that was such a pivotal Jay moment for us, because it shows that Jay was like willing to do anything for Nia, including make everyone else forget that. So I think in this, and honestly, I know, obviously, we'll get there, but that is my one stipulant. I wish we would have gotten to see a scene from Skybound, because Skybound was Jay's season. Okay, Skybound was so good. Air Jitsu, amazing geese, Nia fake out death, like, so good. So good. So we see a bunch of scenes, and they get the thing off of him because it's finished, and he's like opening his eyes, and he's like going like this, and like we see him seeing Nia and Kai, and we see Nia grab his hand, and like he like looks at it and looks at her, and we get this wide, like this zoom out shot, and it's just Nia and Jay, and Nia and Jay just pulls her in for this big fat kiss, And I'm sitting in the car in this, like, on this road trip, and I can't scream because I'm not the only person in this car. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is the first Jaya kiss we've had in a decade. Oh my god, this, like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not right, right? It is. They hadn't kissed since season 1 when Jay unlocked his true potential. Pivotal moment in Ninjago history right here. Because it's always been hugs. Like Skybound, it was hugs. Seabound, it was hugs. Like Crystallized, it was all hugs. We never got any kisses until now. So they're kissing, and Kai's like, oh, so sweet. Okay, that's enough. Hey, that's my sister. I'm just like, Kai is like the best older brother for Nia, obviously. Like Kai and Nia, I love their sibling dynamic. And then the last 6 episodes of the season. Oh, there's something on my mic. Oh, it's a bedazzling bead. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a piece of plastic. The last 6 episodes, anytime we see Jay, Nia, and Kai, the next episode, it doesn't go right into the next episode. Like, so they're like kissing, and that's kind of how the episode ends, right? Episode 5 goes all the way through, and at the very end, we see Kai, Jay, and Nia again. And not Kai, Jay and Nia are still kissing. They've been making out for a full episode, and Kai's just been there. And honestly, good for Jay and Nia. I feel bad for Kai, because, like, imagine having to sit and watch, like, your little sister and one of your closest friends make out for that long. But the, like, idea that they've been making out for that long, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. And then the next, like, episode 6, we see Janie and Kai, and we see the first piece of the weapon of distortion. And it's just this little spiral piece. I'm really hoping later in the year we have more sets come out and we get a piece like that. I think that'd be a really cool piece to have, and, like, I don't know, that could just be me. Anyways, so, and we see, this was really funny to me. I loved how they showed Jay remembering things. So the first time they're trying to get out of the administration, and he just, like, started crying, and Nia and Kai were like, what's wrong? And he's like, my pet turtle ran away from home, and I was too slow as a kid to catch up with him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Jay, this is so funny, because this is my Jay that I remember. Like, this is my king. This is my king that I remember loving since season 1. Like, so excited. Like, genuinely so excited. So he's, like, crying over, and then at one point they have to be really quiet because they're watching the loyalists grab this piece, and they're like, what's going on? And Jay just starts laughing uncontrollably. And it's like, oh my god, Jay, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm sorry. But just 1 year for Cole's birthday, I hid a cake up in a tree, and he fell down, and he hit every branch, and it's so funny. And Kai was like, yeah, that is funny. And they did end up getting caught, but we saw a lot of moments like that, and I honestly really like that, because I feel like if you're gonna give a character amnesia, you gotta make them remembering things a big part of it. I don't know what other shows I've watched where characters have amnesia. Bucky Barnes. But, like, I feel like that is always a pivotal moment, is them just randomly remembering things after they, quote unquote, unlock their memories. I feel like that's a big deal, and I feel like that's something audiences we should see more of. Like, I really liked how they handled this. The first 3 seasons I didn't, because he just felt like a pretentious jerk. But this time around, he, like, it was Jay. It wasn't Rogue, it was Jay. Excuse me. But, anyways. So, we have that. And just, we get a lot of cute Jaya moments. Like, we get he's like, they get out of the cave, and it's like, oh dang, all of these have been like shut off. And Jay's like, well, Nia, you're one of the greatest engineers ever. And he's just like showering her with these compliments and these moments. And I'm just like, yes, 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 yes. Like, this is what my show has been missing. And she builds this cool car, and they are on their way to Imperium because they know where they're going because of the Imperium loyalists. And when they get to the Imperium, she like pulls out this cool like move, like this blade on the car, and he's like, huh, I'm so glad I gave you the idea to add that. And Nia's like, you told me not to add it. And he was like, well, yeah, but I am the love of your life, so like of course I gave you inspiration to add it. It was reverse psychology. And there's just so many moments like that, and I was just freaking out throughout it all. And then on top of that, Kai showing up and seeing Cole and being like, huh, didn't think I'd be having to save your bacon today. It was a good season for me, guys. I also, side note, I like the idea of Aaron and Euphrasia together. I feel like they complement each other's characters a lot because they're very different. Euphrasia, we know, has always kind of grown up as a writer of destiny. In their moment where she was like, I'm willing to like write my destiny with you, like, that was so sweet. That was so cute. I loved that. Euphrasia, can you like, are you here to stay? Also, side note, when we saw the mat thing that had the original Destiny of the Green Ninja, and then the updated version which had the Green Ninja, the 4 ninjas, and then Ninja here, and then we had the new ninjas who have been added to the team since. I didn't like how it was set up. Okay, here's my problem with it. So we had like obviously Lloyd in the middle, and then we had Jay and Kai, and then on the bottom we had Zane and Cole. And between Zane and Cole we had Nia. Between Kai and Jay we had Frack, and then we had Aaron on one side and Sora on one side, right? And I was fine with that. My problem was Nia being down here and Frack being up here. Nia needed to be up top with her brother and her husband, and Frack, the master of quakes, should have been down by the master of earth. This made me so mad, and I think it's a valid crash out. Disagree or agree with me in the comments. It's a valid crash out. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We're getting a lot of these very flirty Jaya moments because Jay hasn't been able to love her for the past, for us at least, 3 years. That's insane. That's outrageous. Okay? We don't know what the actual timeline is because we don't know how long, like, the gap between the merge happening and Dragon's Rising takes place. I really want to know about that. How long is that time frame? I could be wrong and I could just need to rewatch Dragon's Rising, but I don't remember it saying in the beginning. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Anyways, we're getting Jaya back, and my character is not, because at one point he's driving the little car and he's like crashing out while doing it, and I was just like, and it was our first Jay crash out of Dragon's Rising, and I'm so happy about that. But yeah, I just needed to rant about Dragon's Rising for like 30 minutes. So if you guys like this longer form content, let me know, because I have a lot of things I like to rant about, and I titled this channel the way I did on purpose. I'm sorry I'm random. It's been my Pinterest username since I was in about 6th grade. So you can find me there. I won't message you or anything, but I'm on that. Because I realized I liked a lot of different things. So yeah, if you guys want to see me go on rants about different things, and I like a lot of different things. I like musicals, I like TV shows, I like movies, big into Marvel. If you know, you know. I love Stranger Things, Grey's Anatomy, the 911 series, Big into music, Midnight Till Morning, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, love the drama, you know. I love reading Percy Jackson, one of my favorite books ever. I like horror, I like everything. So if you guys ever want to hear me talk about something, feel free to ask. I was into the Dream SMP at one point, so I know all the lore about that. I know, trigger warning, like, whoa. But like, yeah, if you guys ever want to have me rant about something specifically, just let me know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, I just want to say Ninjago is back, and I cannot wait for the next season or next part of the season in November, or not November, September. That's what I'm hearing right now, is September is when the next part is gonna come out, or the next season is gonna come out, because that's what the timeline's been. So, season 5 of Dragons Rising, I am so ready for you, because what do you mean, Raz is back, and Sora's parents are a royalist. Crazy cliffhanger. Crazy, crazy cliffhanger. Bye, guys.